When you've already conquered land and sea, when you've built underwater sanctuaries, owned mountaintops, and floated over coral kingdoms on your glass-bottom superyacht, eventually, Earth itself starts to feel too small. The streets become predictable, the skies overcrowded, and so the question arises, where do you go when you've already gone everywhere? For the ultra-elite, the answer now lies just beyond the veil of atmosphere. In silence, in orbit, in a place where gravity becomes art. Welcome to a world so rare that only a handful of names are whispered in its blueprint. Private space palaces in Earth's orbit. If this vision feels like a future you're ready to inhabit, tap like, hit subscribe, and let Goldleaf Living elevate you to the most exclusive address ever imagined, above the clouds, beyond the noise, wrapped in stars. These are not space stations, not cold laboratories or science fiction scenes. These are real, operable, in-development orbital homes designed for comfort, expression, sovereignty, and legacy. They are architectural marvels suspended in low Earth orbit, about 400 kilometers above the surface, silently circling the globe every 90 minutes. Each is a personal habitat, a floating kingdom, handcrafted for billionaires who no longer wish to reside in countries but above them. From the outside, these residences appear like floating sculptures, a blend of art and aerospace. Torus-shaped rings, crystalline pods, modular petals of titanium alloy and diamond glass, each shimmering in the endless black. Sunlight hits them 16 times a day. They glow like private moons. And they're more than aesthetic. They are gravity-optional paradises, rotating to create artificial gravity where needed, while preserving zero-G zones for relaxation, creativity, and contemplation. The interiors, unlike anything ever experienced on Earth. Walls aren't painted, they're alive. Made of reactive materials, they can display starlight, aurora patterns, or mood-responsive gradients that match your brainwaves. Ceilings are often dome-shaped, showing real-time views of stars through polarized smart glass, or projecting your favorite constellation across a field of fiber-optic silk. The bedroom doesn't have a bed in the traditional sense. You sleep suspended in a cocoon of magnetic fields and soft carbon thread fabric, swaying gently to orbital motion. Music plays not through speakers, but through bone conduction resonance, wrapping you in sound without disturbing the quiet around you. Air is scented with molecular signatures tailored to your memory. Pine forests you once walked in, a perfume from your first yacht voyage, the dry wind of a desert you once flew over. One such space palace, codenamed EOS 4, features a zero-gravity ballroom. Here, music and guests float in perfect choreography, guided by micro-thrusters built into silk-clad suits. The dance is slow, elegant, like planets orbiting one another, and the entire space rotates just enough to provide a visual sense of gravity without taking away the dream. Dining in orbit is unlike any culinary experience on Earth. Every meal is an art form. Your food arrives as shimmering spheres of taste, encapsulated droplets that float in the air until you capture them with a gold fork or simply allow them to meet your lips. Dishes are designed not just for taste, but for performance. How they respond to temperature, motion, and air pressure in space. Chefs collaborate with biochemists and gravity engineers to create sensations that don't exist on the ground. The ingredients? Many are grown on site, in hydroponic gardens wrapped in artificial sunlight that follows the orbit cycle. Some are delivered weekly via private capsules launched from your Earth estate. A few, the rarest spices, blue algae from Antarctic ice, starlight-aged honey, are kept in vacuum-sealed microvaults, tasted only once per season, perhaps even once per lifetime. Health and wellness are paramount in space palaces. Gyms use magnetic resistance and rotation-based gravity to simulate weightlifting. Floating yoga studios curve with the architecture of the station, allowing poses that can only exist in orbit. Meditative chambers are lined with lunar rock powder and simulate the vibrational field of deep planetary stillness. And there are spa experiences beyond imagination. Cryo-mist waterfalls drift from the ceiling in slow, glittering cascades. Magnetically levitating massage pods adapt to your muscle memory. A sensory deprivation orb, suspended in its own pressure bubble, allows you to float in total silence while AI monitors your brain activity and plays specific frequencies that promote emotional balance, creativity, or lucid dreaming. The entertainment modules of these palaces are no less revolutionary. Instead of screens, you step into volumetric rooms, holosuites, where art, story, and sound merge into interactive, explorable spaces. You can walk through Van Gogh's dreams, fly through imagined galaxies designed by AI artists, or reconstruct your own memories in holographic libraries. Some owners commission entire zero-gravity theater performances. Actors float in controlled space, performing plays that cannot be staged on Earth, with moving platforms, floating set pieces, and real-time choreography guided by orbital momentum. And then there's legacy. These palaces are not just homes, they are time vaults. Each one contains encrypted archives of the owner's voice, writings, scent prints, emotional states, AI journals, family holograms, and memory capsules designed to open not next year, but in 100, 500, even 1,000 years. One family embedded a sculpture into the palace hull made of glass and ash, a constellation of their ancestry frozen in orbit to circle Earth forever. Security is absolute. Your data is stored on quantum servers locked in rotating cryptographic vaults. Entry is by retinal scan, fingerprint, voice signature, and vibrational ID. Guests are pre-vetted on Earth, psychologically assessed, and accompanied by AI liaisons trained in etiquette, emotional management, and orbital law. And yet, for all this grandeur, the silence is what strikes people first. There is no traffic, no notifications, no interruptions. You can go days without speaking a word, floating in your study, looking down on the Earth, writing thoughts that no one else will read until your great-grandchildren are old enough to inherit the code to your archive. It is peace, not as absence, but as elevation. And all of this is real. Right now, at least 6 private orbital residences are under development. Axiom Station, Voyager, Orbital Reef, these are public names. Behind them, there are those without names, who fund, design, and prepare quietly. Their launches won't be televised. Their modules will not be tracked. Because for those who live here, space is not an adventure. It's a birthright, a sanctuary, a statement that says, I do not live under flags, I live under stars. So if this journey into the skies, into gravity-defying wealth, memory, and silence, stirred something in your soul, stay with us. Like this video, subscribe, and let Goldleaf Living continue guiding you into realms where Earth is merely a memory, and the cosmos becomes your private kingdom. And when the orbit swings again, and your palace catches the sunrise for the 12th time that day, we'll see you, where stars are your neighbors, and time bends to your will, in the next video.